Millions of Ukrainian people have been forced out of a war zone in their home country as Russia continues its invasion. Some of them are landing right here in Idaho. Many of them are under what's called a humanitarian parole status and are not legally recognized as refugees just yet. Our Andrew Bartline spoke with a local nonprofit to learn what's the difference and how it impacts Ukrainians who've had to relocate.
Well, it takes time, Doug, sometimes years for someone to gain official refugee status in the United States. Humanitarian parole is a temporary status that allows someone to come to the United States with a local sponsor. But once they get here, a local nonprofit says that help stops, so they look to fill the gap. There were 9 kids with 2 suitcases and a couple $100.
The American dream is very possible.
That's all Tina Polishuk and her family had when they fled the former Soviet Union more than 30 years ago. And decades later, she watches a war force the people of Ukraine from their homes and their home country.
We're just eager to be involved, to lend a helping hand.
Polishuk lends that hand through a nonprofit called the Idaho Alliance for Ukrainian Refugees and Immigrants. And help is needed because most Ukrainian people relocating to Idaho are not officially under refugee status. They're in the United States under humanitarian parole.
There were a few organizations when I called them and I said humanitarian parole, they kind of scratched their head and said, wow, we haven't heard of that status in a really, really long time.
Humanitarian parole is a temporary status. For about a year, someone with the status can live and work in the United States without a visa. It's meant to be time for people to figure out a permanent plan. But the Idaho Office for Refugees says people under humanitarian parole do not qualify for the Refugee Resettlement Program and its benefits. Polishuk says few government programs are in place at all to help people after receiving humanitarian parole status. It's a gap in assistance Polishuk is working to fill.
When we meet families, we first identify what are their immediate needs. Do they have clothing? Do they have food? Do they have an immediate shelter or a roof over their heads?
Polishuk currently works directly with 4 Ukrainian families in Idaho who have a wide range of needs. She anticipates 60 more Ukrainian families will land in the Gem State over the next 6 months. The Idaho Alliance for Ukrainian Refugees and Immigrants aims to provide these families with services including transportation, translators, filling out applications, and finding housing.
Boise and the Idaho communities, they have a history of being very generous to people coming in from other countries.
Because someone lent Polishuk and her family a hand more than 30 years ago, she now pays it forward.
These individuals are coming here with a lot of trauma, a lot less with them.
President Biden announced the United States will take in 100,000 Ukrainian refugees, but until these programs are finalized, people here on humanitarian parole are highly dependent on the people around them for that help. In this article at ktvb.com, we'll have a link to the nonprofit and ways you can help Ukrainian families that find themselves in sort of that limbo right now as they're waiting for government programs to materialize.
You know, at least they do have that 1 year of escape from just a horrible situation there to try to get their ducks in a row. Andrew, thank you so much. Learned something today about humanitarian parole. Thank you. And are you